Welcome back to the land of fire and ice. We are Jordan and Soph, and it is our second day in Iceland, where we are road tripping around the entire island via the Ring Road as we visit our 40th country for our year-long trip around the world. We are up early and at a hot springs because we want to beat the crowds. We are so excited because it's one of the top things to do here, and it's our first hot spring here in Iceland.
After the hot springs, we're going to go over to a waterfall. It's actually the Gulfoss waterfall, which is one of the biggest waterfalls here in Iceland. It actually gives the golden circle its name because it means golden waterfall. And then after that, we're going to go to a very unique restaurant where it's like a greenhouse. They almost have all tomato dishes, but in that greenhouse they're using like the geothermal energy to help heat it, so that should be really cool. And then from there we're going to continue on up the coast of Iceland and stop at a national park to do a 7-mile hike through like some lava fields. There's supposed to be some more hot springs there, so really honestly we have a packed day today, and we're just so excited to finally be here in Iceland and start checking it out.
This hot spring that we're going to, put the name down below, really hard to pronounce. It used to just be a free-for-all where you could show up and just leave some coins and help yourself, but now because of how much tourism there is, this year actually they've turned it more into an attraction where there's opening hours. So we're here right before 8, which is when it opens. They gave us a little basket to put our stuff in. And how did he explain it works?
Basically, he said that you only get an hour and a half here. They want to keep people kind of moving in and out. They don't want them here for too long. So you get an hour and a half to kind of enjoy it. And then during that time, there could be more people showing up. I don't know how many people they let in, but you know, he said after a certain amount, they kind of like stop letting people in until people leave.
And how much was it?
It was 2,000 krona per person, which is about $14 per person. So it's definitely gotten way more expensive because, you know, back in the day it was kind of like a donation, or you could even just show up. But yes, in the last year, they have really started to kind of commercialize it. And honestly, the reason we picked this one way back when was because it was less commercially and way more like natural. But unfortunately, in the last 6 months, they have really started to commercialize it.
We're gonna go hop in now and enjoy our first dip here in Iceland.
This is the little Viking hut. I thought there was going to be more of a changing room, but if there's other people here, you would not necessarily want to change in here with other people surrounding you. So we're gonna get changed quick and then hop in.
It's actually really warm. It feels so nice. It's like a natural hot tub, a Viking hut. We're in Iceland. Amazing. The rocks are really slippery. It's not very cool. Oh my. I'm obsessed. It's so warm.
So the hot springs themselves, obviously there's this super iconic Viking hut behind one of them. That's like kind of a smaller private pool. That's where we started. We had about 10-15 minutes there before anyone even showed up, and then after people showed up, you know, we spent another 10-15 minutes before leaving so other people could use that more private Viking pool. And then there's 2 other larger pools. There's a colder one and a warmer one. We mostly stayed in the warmer one because it was pretty chilly this morning. Honestly, a little bit warmer than I was expecting, but still like chilly enough where if you're standing in water that's just kind of like lukewarm, you're just gonna freeze. So we stayed in the warmer warmer one. Didn't really use the other one too much, but all in all, very great. I think they only allowed about 12 people. That's the most I saw up there. And then as soon as we saw one other couple leave, we saw 2 more people come in. So I'm thinking they only allow 12 people up there at once. Right now, I'm guessing there's only about 6 people up there. The parking lot has emptied out quite a bit from that first morning rush. So still not being over tourized, still not like overly populated out here yet. But if you do want to like get your spot, you probably should plan on getting here early because, you know, if 12 people are here, you're gonna have to be waiting quite a while since everyone can spend an hour and a half in the pools before they're asked to leave. So just something to keep in mind. But now we're gonna head out.
Bananas for breakfast.
So we are now here at Gulfoss, which means golden waterfalls. So there's a couple different like ideas or thoughts behind why it was named the golden waterfall. The first is just like because of the mist coming off the waterfall, like the light hits it, makes kind of like a golden lighting, some rainbows in there. So that's the first one. I think that's kind of lame, not very fun. The other one though is the thought that a Viking threw his treasures down the waterfall right before he died. That way no one can enjoy his spoils from war. And they're now sitting at the bottom of the lake here at the waterfall. So I like that one a lot more because it seems very petty and quite funny.
We are walking up to the viewing platform right now and it looks so stunning. Gulfoss plummets 105 feet or 32 meters and cascades down in 2 different tiers. There are also 2 different overlooks of the waterfall, one higher up and one down low. There is an easy walking path down to the left to take a closer look, but be prepared to get a little shower from some of the mist off of this powerful waterfall.
A very beautiful stop. Now we're gonna head up to the gift shop and then head back to the car to continue down to our restaurant.
So we are now at our lunch spot, which is called Friðheimar, I think something like that. What it is a restaurant where they use geothermal energy to grow tomatoes, which is what most of the dishes are based off of on their menu. It doesn't open till noon. We couldn't find a way to make reservations and the parking lot's already half full, even though it's 1:45. So fingers crossed we can go get a table. Otherwise it might be peanut butter sandwiches for us. We were able to grab a table at Friðheimar, and just before all of the tour group showed up. The tomato farm sends 2 tons of tomatoes to the market every single day. We ordered the all-you-can-eat soup and bread bar that also included free coffee. You're coming back for your bread?
Yeah.
So cool at a wedding.
Yeah.
Is it good? It's really good. I also decided to be adventurous and give the iced tomato latte a try. It's good. It's actually good. And it has like a slight tomato taste, but also milk and sweet. They also had a little basil leaf plant and a little scissors at our table so that we could snip off some of the fresh basil and add it to our soup. There was also a very friendly bee that hung out by the beautiful flowers growing next to our table. So we just finished up with our lunch and it was absolutely delicious and I'm stuffed.
I definitely ate way too much food. Each meal was kind of expensive. It was $25 per person, but that was like unlimited tomato soup and unlimited bread. And so of course I just like went for it. It is really hard though to try and get your money's worth out of just tomato soup and bread. But like I said, I went for it. And what was nice is it was like all on a table, so you could just go up there and grab it. You didn't have to awkwardly ask for that 4th bowl of tomato soup or that 8th slice of bread. You could just keep going up there and getting more.
So next we are headed about 2 hours. We are continuing along the south coast and we're going to the area called Landmannlaugar.
Nailed it.
We said it in our last video. We will say it in every single Iceland video. We apologize for how we are butchering Icelandic. Don't come at us in the comments. We are trying. Anyway, we are headed there to do a 7-mile hike, possibly go to another hot springs before we continue on our way. So we're gonna hit the road. We're gonna make the most of this sunny day here in Iceland because it's rare. So we gotta get going, make the most of it, get that hiking in. After some pretty smooth sailing, we have hit the gravel roads. It is bumpy, rocky. How you doing, Jordan?
Doing great. So as I was finding this hike, I did see like some comments about getting to the trailhead saying there was 2 river crossings. And they all made it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal. And so I was like, we have a Jeep, I'm sure it'll be smooth sailing, right? It'll be easy. However, now that we've got to Iceland, we have seen so many just massive trucks just up on a huge suspension with huge tires. And so now I'm like, well, maybe it was no big deal because they're in those big things and we do just have not like a souped up Jeep, just like a standard Jeep.
We'll see how this goes. This is some pretty rocky gravel, pretty rough roads. We made it. We're not braving the river crossing right now. We're just walking, to the trailhead to get started because I think we can get started from not far away from here for the 7-mile hike. It's already getting late in the day, so we need to go quickly hit the trail. Landmannlaugar, which means people's pool thanks to its geothermal pools, is located in the highlands. And from the campsite, we started on the short loop hike through a lava field that was formed from an eruption in 1477. This geothermal area has an unreal landscape with hot springs, lakes, meadows with sheep, and black lava rocks. Truly a little bit of everything.
We have made it all the way to the top. As you can tell, the wind is very strong up here, which is nice though because now we have no bugs. But wow, that just got us gassed. Way over there, you can see the other peak, the other half that we were supposed to do today. Instead, we're just gonna take a shortcut back down to the campsite because yeah, when I planned this, we are far more aggressive than what we should have been.
It's a lot of elevation, but it's 100% worth it. It's truly incredible up here.
The landscape is like nothing else up here.
It's amazing.
Have made it just about all the way back to the car parking lot now. Honestly, that hike was way better than I thought it would be. Like, I thought it would be good, but whew, that was a good one. all the mountains were like different colors. There was reds, oranges, pinks, and then crazy enough, there was a green mountain. That was probably my favorite.
Since we're almost back to camp, we can smell all the campfires, which smell so good. The bugs have also picked up again. We're gonna take a quick stop by the hot spring to check it out, see if we wanna take a dip or if we just wanna keep going because we still have a couple hour drive, right?
Yeah, 2-hour drive to get to the next campsite, just so we're like where we need to be for tomorrow morning.
How is that?
It's getting hot over here.
Wow, it's really toasty.
Oh, now I'm elastic.
We've got a waterfall there and a waterfall. Okay. We decided to take a dip. The bugs are not as bad in here, I have to say. It's pretty nice. Feels good after a hike, doesn't it?
Oh, it feels very nice after a hike.
It was the right choice. All right, we're back in the Jeep after our second hot spring of the day. It was totally worth it. The bugs were not in the middle of the hot spring, which was super nice.
I'm really glad we decided to go. Like, we're short on time. We're not going to get to our campsite till nearly 11. But as we got closer to that hot spring, it looked so nice. And once we got in, it did not disappoint. It was so hot. Like, certain parts, it was so hot we couldn't even sit there. We had to go find a cooler spot just because of how much hot water was coming up.
We have our snack for our road trip. A couple more hours on some pretty rough roads. So let's go. Let's get to the campsite. The F-roads in Iceland are no joke. And leaving Landmannlaugar, we thought we were following a shortcut to our campsite for the night. But we came upon a river crossing that the car in front of us was also too scared to cross. Having no idea how deep the river was, and with it getting dark, we decided it was best to turn around and to take the long way to get to our campsite for the night. Hello. It is several hours later. We are now at our campsite. I just got out of the shower. As you can tell, it got really late. Really dark out here. Jordan's already up in the pop-up camper. He got that all set up while I was in the shower and ready for bed because tomorrow we are getting up at 5 a.m. I believe so that we can get right over to a waterfall. So I'm just gonna end this vlog here and we'll pick it up again tomorrow when we're back on the road for our third day in Iceland. We hope you enjoyed this second full day here. We saw so much, it got so late, but that's okay. We're having a great time. So thank you so much for watching and we'll see you tomorrow in the next one.